Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ramtirtha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Sunday Feast program. Today we are going to hear on Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Prabhu started Krishna Smaranam Prabhu, who is going to be the speaker today. He started a series on all the different acharyas. So today we are going to hear from him about Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Krishna Smaranam Prabhu, as his name indicates, he's always thinking of Krishna. He's always in Smaran of Krishna. That's why he got the name Krishna Smaranam, which is the highest thing to do. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So he's thinking about Krishna. He and his family, they live here in Columbus. And very illustrious family. We have Ranchor Prabhu, who is one of the youngest initiated members in our community. And Krishna Jivani Mataji, who is doing so many services with the Sunday school. So, and Krishna Smaran Prabhu, by profession, he's a IT professional. He works for Nationwide, and he's a very nice devotee, and he's going to enlighten us on the Acharya's life. So, thank you very much, Krishna Smaran Prabhu. Let us welcome him by saying Haribol 3 times. Haribol! Haribol! Haribol!
This morning. Okay. Okay.
Thank you everyone for coming to the Sunday feast today. So I just wanted to give why I chose this topic, right? So if you look at our calendars for next week, we have three events, right? Ramchandra Kaviraj and Jaydev Goswami's disappearance day, and Gopala Bhatta Goswami's appearance day. So last year I spoke about Srinivasa Acharya. We did two classes, and that time I had already looked up, prepared for Gopal Bhatta Goswami as well, because Gopal Bhatta Goswami is the spiritual master for Srinivasa Acharya. So I thought it would be good to speak about Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So let's do Mangalachana prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishram Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathambitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paradan Param Lalita Shri Vishakrantam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srila Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So before I start speaking about Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami, I want to read a prayer from Bhakti Ratnakar. Bhakti Ratnakar is a book written by Narahari Chakravarti. So the three trios of Vrindavan, Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur, and Smaranam Pandit. And they were in Jiva Goswami's care. Um, so Narahari Chakravarti came there and said, okay, I want to take these devotees to Vrindavan Parikrama. So that Vrindavan Parikrama is written as Bhakti Ratnaka. So I offer my respectful obeisances to Srila Venkata Bhatta's son, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who is the king of Brahmanas. In his own home, he personally served Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. He was plunged in spiritual love of Srila Sanatana Goswami. He had wonderful friendship with Srila Rupa Goswami. The deity Sri Radharaman was his very life. He fulfilled devotees' desires. So I want to first talk about how did I collect, or from where I gathered all this information for today's class, right? So I have subscribed to Giriraj Swami's Maharaj's emails. So whenever there is a Vaishnava festival or Acharyas, he sends a note. So I said, okay, let me start from looking at his emails from the past few years and then see where I can stop, right? So that led to references in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then I understood that there is not much information available about Gopal Bhatta Goswami in Prabhupada books. So then I went ahead and watched some of the YouTube videos. The key prominent three ones are like Chaturatma Das, Indradumya Maharaj, and Amarendra Prabhu, right? So they have given extensive classes about several of our Vaishnava Acharyas. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami was also one of them. So if we don't have enough information in Srila Prabhupada books, or then how do we get that information, right? So luckily, so Prema Vilas is a book written by Srila Nityananda Dasa, and then there's also Bhakti Ratnaka I mentioned, right? So these two books, there is a lot of references about our acharyas, particularly Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Srinivas Acharya, Smaranam Pandit, and also Narottam Das Thakur, right? So I do have the soft copy of Prema Vilas, an ebook. I don't have Bhakti Ratnakar. I try to download, but they have to still buy a hard copy. So anyway, that's where the references are. So in the opening slide, I had written 47th branch. I don't know how many of you noticed it, but I just wanted to give an show. There is a delay in the. So, who can recite this verse? It's Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 10.105.
I can do so. Shri Gopala Bhatta Ekha Shakha Sarvotam Rupa Sanatana Sange Yara Premalapan.
Thank you, Prabhu. So this is the one place, prominent place in Chaitanya Charitamrita that is reference to Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Right? The translation says here, like Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, the 47th branch, was one of the great and exalted branches of the tree. He always engaged in discourses about love of Godhead in the company of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. So if you look at this chapter from verse 1 to the end, it describes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the tree, and then you have all the other acharyas as branches. And so here is Gopal Bhatta Goswami is mentioned as the 47th branch. So, but who's Gopal Bhatta Goswami, right? Like, what's the relevance in our Gaudiya Vaishnava context? So this I had already used in the previous classes. This was from Kesha Swami, Kesha Maharaj's School of Bhakti, there was a class CC Compact, Chaitanya Charitamrita Compact class. So they used this chart to describe the tree, the family tree, right? So for us, the center is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then the first generation of that parampara is represented by Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So I forgot to ask if there are anybody new to the temple today. So if you see in the altar, there is a picture in the far left or far right for us. There are 6 personalities in that picture. Those are the 6 Goswamis. And then one of them is Srila Gopala Goswami, right? As I said, last year I spoke about Srinivas Acharya. Srinivas Acharya is a disciple of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. We had already spoken about Narottam Das Thakur and Smaranam Pandit as well. So, but anyway, the goal is to read about, know about our acharyas, so we can at least learn and follow some of their footsteps. So the other way to remember these 3 levels of devotees are like Mahaprabhu came here to demonstrate how to practice devotional service. The 6 Goswamis documented them. And then the 3 trios like Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, and Shyamanand Pandit distributed those books. So we also talked extensively last time what happened to those books, how it was lost and how it was recovered, and so forth. So, spiritual identity of Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So there is a book called Gaura Gunadesha Deepika. This book specifically talks about Mahaprabhu and his associates who were there in their spiritual identity, in the spiritual world. So here it's referred as Ananga Manjari appeared as Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Some say that Gopal Bhatta Goswami was actually the incarnation of Sri Guna Manjari, right? So this is where it is, right? Like I just want to give a disclaimer. Since there's not a whole lot of information, you read from these references, you hear from these lectures. If you have already read about Gopal Bhatta Goswami or heard about, whatever I'm going to say might not be exactly the same. There might be some variations, right? Like the sequences are going to be a little different and so forth. But so stick with the principle rather than going into the details of, oh, I read about this, it's happened in 1875 or 1575, you're saying. So there is no accurate information on this, right? Even Maharajas, they refer to this as like, okay, some book says he was born in 1503, some says he was born in 1500. So there are some minor details. So here also in this same book, it says Ananga Manjari, but then also some say it is Guna Manjari. But Gopal Bhatta Goswami was a Manjari in his spiritual world, right? So Ananga Manjari is the younger sister of Srimati Radharani. So if you remember this, there will be a pastime I will be explaining, so you can connect the dots there, right? So, biological family tree. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, his parents were Venkata Bhatta, and then they had 3 brothers: Tirumala Bhatta, Srimad Prabodhananda Saraswati, and Venkata Bhatta, right? So all this Bhatta family, they were initiated under Sri Sampradaya. So Sri Ramanujacharya. So this is like 4 bona fide Vaishnava traditions. There's one is Sri Vaishnava is one of them as well, right? So where is the proof for this? So it's in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Sanatan Goswami has given nice commentaries about Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Gopal Bhatta, the disciple of Prabodhananda, who is dear to the Lord, has collected these devotional activities to satisfy Raghunath Das, Rupa, and Sanatan Goswamis. So So a little bit about childhood. I'm just going to read a few here, but because I just don't want to misrepresent anything. As I said, he was born in the Bhatta family in 1503 in Srirangam. So Srirangam is in South India. So I don't know, many of you would have already visited Srirangam. So Srirangam's significance is when the Ramayana war was all completed and Lord Ram has got Sita back from Ravana's kingdom and made Vibhishan the king, they all went together back to Ayodhya, right? So Vibhishan was not willing to go back. So Sri Ram was telling, now you are the king for Sri Lanka, you have to go back. So then he said, okay, I have this deity that you can take with me. So basically Dasarath Maharaj has been worshipping Lord Ram in the form of his deity, right? So the one condition is like, if you keep the deity down in any location, then you cannot take it and move forward, right? So then Vibhishan was traveling down south, nature's call, he had to stop. So there was a young Brahmin boy who came and said, okay, I will keep this safely. And then Vibhishan leaves, but then when he comes back, the boy is missing and the deities are already on the ground. So the deity refuses to come, and then deity says, okay, the place will be worshipped as Sri Lanka, and then to satisfy you, you can keep me facing the Sri Lanka, south. So anyway, that's the significance of Sri Rangam, and it's in the bank of river Kaveri. So if you are making a visit to India, South India, please try to do a pilgrimage. I mean, Krishna Prabhu just went, so he has to have all those memories fresh in his mind. So a little bit about Gopal Bhatta Goswami's childhood. Gopal's body was handsome and glorious in every way. His complexion was glorious like a champaka flower. He charmed every heart. His face was like a lotus flower. His eyes were large. Glorious tilak adorned his nose, eyebrows, and forehead. How graceful were his ears, cheeks, neck. How broad was his chest and his arms. How slender was his waist. How graceful were his feet, legs, and knees. His garments and ornaments were beyond compare. Moment and moment, Gopal became more and more handsome and glorious. Seeing the wonderful glory of Gopal, who could remain peaceful? So again, I would request each one of you to go and listen to the YouTube videos I had mentioned, because I'm not doing the great justice here. They have done a wonderful job, and so they have also read some of the snippets from these books, right? So anyway, there are other two you can actually read, but he was very learned, right? Like his uncle, Prabodhananda Saraswati was his guru. So he taught him in all the traditions, the culture, the rituals, and so forth. So, but then after he got the interaction with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, their whole family was transformed to be Gaudiya Vaishnavas, right? So then, he developed a command on that subject matter, and he would easily defeat any of the debates about the Mayavadi philosophies and other philosophies, right? So this is Srirangam Gopuram. There are like four big Gopurams, that's what's called. And that's River Kaveri, and this is a view of the temple from there. And this is Sri Ranganath deity, right? So, and there is a picture of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well. So Mahaprabhu, after he got sannyas in 1511, he went to Jagannath Puri. He actually wanted to go to Vrindavan, but Nityananda Prabhu diverted him to go to Jagannath Puri, and then from Puri, it said, okay, I'm going to go for South India. So there are several locations that Mahaprabhu went. One of the prominent one was Sri Lanka. So after taking a bath in River Kaveri, Mahaprabhu enters into the altar there, and he starts doing kirtan, right? Like Hare Krishna kirtan, loud kirtan. There's lot of nice description given in the books. So Venkata Bhatta and Tirumala Bhatta and Prabodhananda Saraswati, they were the head priests in the temple. So they were already there, and they were amazed to see how beautiful Mahaprabhu was. They were even thinking, is it the God who has already come here, right? So the kirtan is going on, and Venkata Bhatta actually goes and joins Mahaprabhu in the kirtan. And after kirtan was completed, he falls at his feet, gives dandavats, and seeks for his blessings. And then he says, please come to our home, and we want to serve you there, right? So Mahaprabhu agrees, and so Mahaprabhu goes to their home. So usually what happens when a Vaishnava, somebody comes, they do wash the feet, right? So same thing happened. Here there is some description given, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has never allowed to wash his feet, right? So this is in a private setting, so he had willfully allowed their family to wash his feet, right? Like, so after the washing, they collect the charnamrit and they put it on their head and so forth. And Gopal was the young child at that time. He was around 7 or 8 years old. He was also present there, and then he actually drank the charnamrit, right? So the moment he drank the charnamrit, he became very emotional. He started weeping and crying, right? So this is because he was Ananga Manjari from a spiritual identity perspective, and then Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna. So they are uniting again, and that was at the moment where Gopal had experienced that, right? So anyway, after that, Mahaprabhu was getting ready to go, but then Chaturmasa had started. So that's the 4 months of rainy season. So usually in South India, when it rains, this infrastructure was not that great. So it's always advisable not to venture out and just stay in one location, right? So Mahaprabhu agreed that, okay, we'll stay here for 4 months in your home. And then so a lot of Vaishnavas who would come and take his association, and then they would invite Mahaprabhu to their home, and they would also serve him a lot. So days went by. They both their family and Mahaprabhu started building good relationship, and they would debate on several topics, right? So one of the prominent debate is about Sri Vaishnava versus like basically Lakshmi and Radha's bhav, right? Like, so our reverence of Vishnu versus the conjugal mellows and the loving relationship between Radha and Krishna, right? So anyway, I don't want to go into the details, but that very well described in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 9, 78 to 92, their conversation between Mahaprabhu and Venkata Bhatta. So at the end of that discussion, their family, they accepted defeat, basically. Not in the bad sense, but Mahaprabhu, you are the Lord, you are educating us, so we accepted, and they started transforming, right? They started transforming, and they became devotees of Radha and Krishna. So anyway, so that experience was one of their interactions within the family, and then Gopal was also present, and he was listening and participating in all that. So he would actually do a lot of direct personal service to Mahaprabhu, right? He would massage his feet, he would serve prasadam, and he would clean and all that. So Mahaprabhu was also so impressed with Gopal Bhatta's service attitude and mentality. So one day Gopal was thinking, he was like, why didn't I was born like 10, 15 years ago, right? So I could have seen Mahaprabhu when he was not taken sannyas initiation, right? So thinking that he slept and Mahaprabhu understood this, and then Mahaprabhu gave the vision in his dream of young Nitai. And then he saw them doing Sankirtan. There was Advaita Acharya and also Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya came to Gopal in the dream, and they were going to say something to him. At that time he woke up. So he woke up and he could not tolerate it, and he started crying, and then he ran immediately to Mahaprabhu. And when he went to Mahaprabhu's room, Mahaprabhu actually gave him the vision of Godhead, Krishna himself, right? Like, and then he comes back as Mahaprabhu. So he understands that Mahaprabhu is not different than Radha and Krishna. So they both embrace, and then Mahaprabhu says, keep this interaction confidential. But anyway, we all know about this now. So then the Chaturmasa is about to end, and he's about to leave. But the family is so desperate, saying, no, please stay for some more time. And being sannyas, they cannot stay for a long time, right? So then Mahaprabhu still agreed to stay there for another 2 more weeks. And then Mahaprabhu gave instruction to Gopal, because Gopal came and said, I want to go with you. I don't want to be here. I want to give up everything, and I want to accompany to all the places that you're going. Then this is the famous instruction again, right? Like Mahaprabhu said, no, you are too young. You have your parents. Your duty is to take care of your parents. Your uncle and all, everybody are well learned. It'll be better for you to stay here and learn everything from them. And then when your parents have left this material world, then you can go to Vrindavan, right? Mahaprabhu didn't say that you come to Puri. He said, go to Vrindavan. There, go take shelter of Sri Rupa and Sanatan, and be part of their team in learning scriptures and also help them writing those scriptures. So that was his instruction. And then Mahaprabhu instructed Prabodhananda Saraswati to initiate Gopal Bhatta as well. So then Mahaprabhu leaves, and this family, they are very sad with the departure of and so forth, but they were still very much focused on Radha and Krishna. Like, though they were doing all the deity services and everything in Sri Rangam temple, but by heart they were more inclined to praying to Radha and Krishna now. So let's see what is next here. So in about 19 years after that, that's what it says in the book, Gopal Bhatta decides to go to Vrindavan because his parents have already passed. And then in the meantime, Prabodhananda Saraswati also has already left to Vrindavan. So he has nobody to care for him as well, so he decides it's the right time. So he went to Vrindavan. He didn't go to Jagannath Puri, though he knows Mahaprabhu is still living in this world. He didn't go there. He wanted to go directly to Vrindavan itself. It said that Prabodhananda Saraswati was living in Kamyavan, but then Gopal Bhatta went and met Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatana Goswami. So in the meantime, Mahaprabhu had already instructed Sri Rupa and Sanatana Goswami that there will be a Brahmin devotee from South India who will come to Vrindavan. Please accept him as your own brothers. So now that they remember this instruction from Mahaprabhu and they accept Gopal Bhatta as their own younger brother, and they give good care, and they have given assignments, or they've included Gopal in discovering the scriptures, and they also gave him, like, Sanatana Goswami was writing Hari Bhakti Vilas at that time, so they have asked him to do all the research to compile the materials for Hari Bhakti Vilas, right? So that was one of the main assignments. So in the meantime, Mahaprabhu is in Jagannath Puri, and he was wondering, I don't know what happens to Gopal. I have not heard the message about Gopal Bhatta Goswami reaching Vrindavan yet. As he was thinking and having prasadam, as a messenger comes with a letter, the letter says Gopal Bhatta has arrived at Vrindavan. And that is what Sri Rupa Goswami has written a letter to Mahaprabhu saying that Gopal Bhatta is here, we have accepted him as our brother, and he's well taken care of, and he's part of our team now. So Mahaprabhu becomes so happy. He gets up. It says that he didn't finish his prasadam, but he gets up and gives a letter back to Vrindavan, right? He thanks Rupa and Sanatan for informing them, but then he gives another instruction to Gopal, right? Gopal Bhatta Goswami at that time. So he also gave 3 gifts. One was a wooden plank, which is chowki is what it's called, a place to sit and worship. And then he gave his kopan and a chadar, right? So these 3 were the gifts that Mahaprabhu gave along with the letter. And then they sent it through a messenger, and then that goes to Vrindavan. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami receives these gifts. He becomes so happy, and then he embraces those gifts, and he reads the instruction. Because in the instruction it says, Srinivas Acharya will be coming to Vrindavan, and you have to initiate Srinivas Acharya. Right? Because at that time, Goswamis, they were not taking a lot of disciples, right? Like, so Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarva Goswami, they were the 2 Goswamis who came to Vrindavan first to establish. But then Narottam Das Thakur, so that's a beautiful pastime. So Narottam Das Thakur got initiated from Lokanath Goswami. He was his one disciple. And Rupa Goswami had initiated Jiva Goswami. And Shamanand Pandit was initiated by Hriday Chaitanya. So now there are going to be more, we need more acharyas and spiritual masters. So they instructed Raghunath Goswami and Gopal Bhatta Goswami to start accepting disciples. The way it was arranged was Gopal Bhatta Goswami would initiate devotees from the west, and Raghunath Bhatta would initiate from the east. But Srinivas Acharya was from Bengal. That was an exception made, it seems. So anyway, that was the instruction. And so they continued, Gopal Bhatta Goswami continued to live in Vrindavan and do the studies and learn more about. And that time, Mahaprabhu came in his dream again and then gave an instruction, go to Muktinath and find Lord Hari. So this picture, it's a very rare picture that's shown here, it seems. They take out Mahaprabhu's gifts 2 times a year. So this is one of the occasion I found in their Radharaman Temple's Facebook page. So anyway, Gopal Bhatta Goswami decides to walk to Muktinath. It's a very far distance, and there is a lot of descriptions about all the efforts taken by Gopal Bhatta Goswami to walk. And it is actually Nepal, right? You have to cross Himalayas, and then you have to go to Nepal there, right? So there is a river called Kali Gandaki River. Again, there is a story behind that. Who is Kali Gandaki is Tulasi Maharani, and the Shilas are none other than Vishnu, right? So there they both curse, and then there is a situation where Tulasi Maharani curses Vishnu that you will become a stone because you had a stone heart, you become a stone, you will come in this world as stones, and then Vishnu says, okay, now you will come as a river. So wherever you are, the river that you are flowing, I'll appear there, right? So anyway, So Gopal Bhatta Goswami goes decides to take a bath in the river, and then they have this kamandalu, the pot. While he was taking the bath the first time in the pot, there was a Shila that came, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami said, "Okay, I want to leave the Shila back into the water," and then he decides to take a bath. Second time, the same Shila is coming, and there are more Shilas are in the pot. And then he said, okay, I'm going to leave it back, and then he's going to take a bath again, and then he puts the pot and picks it up. 12 Shilas are there, same. Now he takes that, okay, this is a sign that I want to take these Shilas and worship, and this is what Mahaprabhu meant, go find Lord Hari. So the first Shila, the bigger Shila is called Damodar Shila, and then there were other 11 Shilas along with it. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami brings those Shilas back to Srirangam, to Vrindavan, and then he takes good care of Shilas, right? So in his chadar and his clothes, they tie the Shilas, and then he hangs them in the trees and worships the Shilas every day very nicely. So at that time, there is a businessman who comes to Vrindavan, and then he donates a lot of wonderful offerings to these deities, right? Like paraphernalia, clothes, jewelries, and so many things. Right? He goes and gives to Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and by this time, other Goswamis already have deities with them, right? So that's a separate story we can cover another day on how Gopinathji, Govinda, and Madan Mohan and others appeared, right? So the same businessman comes to Gopal Bhatta Goswami and then says, okay, now you should use these for your deities. So the businessman doesn't know. But Gopal Bhatta Goswami had a desire in his mind that I want to worship the Lord in his personal form, with his face, with his hands, and his body, and legs, and so forth. So Mahaprabhu understood this, and that's how he sent this businessman to give this dresses and stuff like that. So Gopal Bhatta tells the businessman that I cannot use these because I don't have a deity, I just have a Shila. But the businessman says, no worries, you keep it, and then you can use for your duties in the future. So this prompts Gopal Bhatta Goswami to have desire to worship more, right? Like in the Lord in this personal form. So every day he starts praying to the Shila and to the Lord to say, I want you to appear in your form, right, in your actual personal form, so that I have all these paraphernalias now, so that I can offer it to you, and that I can really offer services and so forth. So there was no transformation. He goes in every day, he sees the Shilas, there's no change, there's no deities happening. So he becomes very upset, and he gives ultimatum to the Shilas, right? So what happened was, that is Narasimha Chaturthi is happening, and wherever he goes, he hears this pastime that Lord Narasimha appears from this pillar. So he thinks that, if Narasimha has appeared from the pillar, why can't my Lord appear from this Shila, right? So he says, okay, I am going to go to Yamuna and take a bath and come. So if you have not appeared or manifested as personal form by then, I'm going to tie all these Shilas in my neck and I'm going to go drown in Yamuna, right? So it's actually described that the Shilas start trembling, right? They were afraid. No, now it's the time that I need to appear. So anyway, Gopal Bhatta Goswami goes to Yamuna and takes a bath, and he comes back and he opens up the cloth, and then that's beautiful Radharaman has appeared. If from the Shilas, right? So it's said that in the back of the Shila, there you can see through which how the Lord has manifested as deity. Very beautiful form, and it's manifested, and so he becomes elated and so joyful. He calls all the other Goswamis. They all come there, and they see the wonder, and they perform the kirtan, and they celebrate. And now Gopal Bhatta can offer all the ornaments and the dresses that he has, and then he takes care of the deities very well. So that time there was no temple, right? A lot of these deities, where temples were not built. It was told that after 20, 30 years, it's where Sanatana Goswami first had his temple, and then Goswami and so forth, right? So they have to take care of these deities. So it's said that they bring all these deities together in the night, and then they put in a boat, and they send it into Yamuna River, into a lake which is connected to Yamuna. So they send it to the center of the lake, and they guard the deities using bow and arrows. It is said that in Radharaman temple, you can still see the bow and arrows. Prabhu, did you see? Okay, it says it's still there, the bow and arrows used by Goswamis and their associates to guard these deities. And it is also said that they have they dip the tip of the arrows with homemade poison. So anybody even touching the poison would die, it seems. So anyway, there's a lot of details about Radharaman deities itself. And Radharaman is a combination of three deities, right? Govindaji, his face, Gopinath is his trunk, and Madan Mohan his feet. It's the correlation of Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojan, and that's the three combination is full Krishna is appeared as Radharaman, right? So again, the month of May, after Narsimha Chaturdashi, there is Radharaman's appearance day. Hopefully there's an opportunity we can actually talk about these details, right? First we have to talk about how these individual deities appeared, why they are related as Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojan, how they are related. And then how do we know that Madan Mohan's feet represents Krishna's feet? Because there is a story behind, like Uttara was the only one who had seen Krishna, and then so she confirms that, okay, now this deity is represents Krishna's feet and so forth. So let's cover that later on. Out of all these deities, due to the Mughals invasion, a lot of these temples were destroyed. So the local king, they took these deities and went to Jaipur, right? So that the current deities are called as Pratibhu deities. They are the replicas in the current Vrindavan temples. But there are two deities, they didn't go out of Vrindavan. So Radharaman is one of them, and then Vrinda Devi in Kamyavan, right? She also refused to leave Vrindavan, and Radharaman also refused to leave Vrindavan. So the next one I want to share here is, since it's self-manifested deity, there's no Radha here. There's only Radharaman. It's only Krishna is there. There's no Radha. So what they did was, on his left, you can see there is a feather, and then on the crown, it is written as Radha. So Radha's name is non-different than Radha herself. So generally, all the deities you have, even if you see Radha Natabar, they are side, and on the left side is usually Radha. But here, instead of on the side, it is kind of Radharaman can face Radha's name there, right? So one of the speciality is this deity has nails. He has also teeth, and they brush his teeth every day. And then you can see this picture that Ramtirtha Prabhu had shared with me. you can see the different occasions, the teeth of the deity appears. Right? It is also said that based on the mood of Radharaman, if he's so happy, then he shows a lot of teeth. Right? So there is the exchange between Radha and Krishna happening there every day, and then based on their mood, the teeth shows up. Right? So anyway, there's a lot of more wonderful details of Radharaman deities we can keep on talking about. It is also said that the flame in the kitchen has never been lit with any matches or sticks. It was Gopal Bhatta Goswami had lit the flame, and then for the last 500 years, it's the same flame still glowing in the kitchen of Radharaman. Coming close to the time, so I wanted to quickly touch upon Gopal Bhatta Goswami's disciples. Srinivas Acharya, we have covered extensively in the past, so I'm not going to go into the details there. So I want to talk about two from here, Gopinath Pujari and Harivamsha Brajwasi. So after Radharaman had appeared, Gopal Bhatta had decided to go to a pilgrimage to Haridwar, and there he stays in a Brahmin's family. And the Brahmin family, both husband and wife, they serve Gopal Bhatta Goswami very nicely, but they didn't have any children at that time. So basically, they asked for blessings, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami says, "We'll bless you with a son." Right? And then the Brahmin says, "Okay, if that happens, my first son, I'll send you to serve for you, serve with you." Right? So. So days passed, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami has been taking care of the deities very well, and he is also getting old. So he thinks about what is going to happen. Who is going to take care of Radharaman after I depart, right? And so thinking like this, he goes to Yamuna again, takes a bath, and then when he comes back to his bhajan kutir, he sees a small boy sitting in this bhajan kutir, and he's like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" And the boy narrates the story back again. "Remember 10 years ago, you came to our home, you stayed, and my dad told that you had blessed family, and I am the first son. And as promised, my dad has sent me here so that I can serve you, right? So my name is Gopinath." That's what he says. So then Gopal Bhatta Goswami accepts him, and he trains him, and they both start taking care of Radharaman deities. So then one day, Gopal Bhatta Goswami tells Gopinath to get married, so he can enter into Grahastha ashram, and from there he can take care of the deities very well. So Gopinath says, "I'm not interested to get married," right? But generally, to take care of the deities, they need Grahastha. So he says that I can go bring my brother, and then I have two more nephews. All of them are married, so they can come and they can serve. So that his brother is Damodar, and then he brings Damodar to Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami initiates them as well, trains them, and their family's 18th generation is the current pujaris now in Radharaman temple, right? So that is one Gopinath Pujari and Damodar, one of their disciples. And then this is another story, Harivamsa. This is written in Prem Vilas, actually. Harivamsa was a nice disciple, but he had one bad habit, right? Basically, he likes to chew on betel nut leaf. Right? He cannot give up this bad habit at all. So on the day of Ekadashi, he comes there, he starts serving Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami could recognize from his mouth, because the color, that he has chewed betel leaf. And then he says, "It's Ekadeshi, you should not chew this." He says, no, this is from the deities, this is still prasad, so I am. But then, same thing happens the next Ekadeshi as well. So then Gopal Bhatta Goswami becomes very upset and he disowns him, right? Like, you are no longer my disciple. So Harivamsha gets sad, but he had four kids, the two sons, and then there's one more two sons from the prior marriage, it seems. And then he goes and installs his own deity, Sri Radha Vallabha, and he gives the responsibility to his four children to take care, and then he leaves Vrindavan, he goes to a village, a forest. But arrangement of the Lord, there are plunderers come and attack him, and they actually kill him. And his head is thrown in the river Yamuna. And so the head is continuously chanting now. He recognizes his mistake, and the water actually, because of the stream, the head comes to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Gopal Bhatta Goswami sees this, and then he recognizes it is his disciple. And then actually it says that he is asking for forgiveness. And then Gopal Bhatta Goswami accepts him, and then now he's liberated. He goes back, his disciple goes back to Godhead or next. So anyway, Gopal Bhatta Goswami comes and explains this to rest of the Goswamis and so forth. So the story here is, if you create any offense to a Vaishnava, then you need to go get the relief only by seeking forgiveness to whom you had offended. So that's the story there. Finally, the last slide here, the books. As I said, Hari Bhakti Vilas, that Sanatana Goswami and Gopal Bhatta Goswami both together had written this book. And then Sat Kriya Sara Deepika, right? So our deity worship comes from this book. Gopal Bhatta Goswami has created or written all the details about deity worship, the rituals, because he came from South India. Sri Vaishnavas are very famous for the rituals and the worship that they do. So all that detail has been compiled in Satsara Deepika. Along with that is a good manual for grahasthas about marriage, and then all the samskaras, right? All the details of how to perform the samskaras are all covered in this book. The Sansara Deepika is for sannyasis, what they have to do, what they have to follow. And then it is also said that he had given a lot of notes from his research to compile Jiva Goswami's Satsandarbha. And then there is a commentary he has written about Bilma Mangala's Krishna Karnamrita. So anyway, we are doing deity worship, we are following all this, so every day we are living his legacy of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Right? So imagine his power, right? Like his desire and his request to the Lord, and the Lord has actually manifested on his desire to fulfill his desire. Right? So that is the personality. And there is also another prayer from Karnananda, and Karnananda is written by Yadunandana Das. Yadunandana Das is a disciple of Hemalata. Hemalata is daughter of Srinivas Acharya. So there's so much connection and link between all these acharyas and so forth. But anyway, I don't want to read this. I can share this slide. But anyway, I would request each of you to, because I didn't really do a good justice of explaining or talking about and glorifying Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So please go ahead and listen to those YouTube videos and then meditate upon him on his appearance day. And so, thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Hare Krishna. Any last minute comments or questions or corrections?
If you showed the slide of Radharaman's photo, full picture of Radharaman, I wanted to know which DP is right, next to him in the left.
That's not a deity, right? So that is Radha's. They have the name has been kept there. It's not actually a deity.
And it's in front of
Friend on the left, so that Radharaman can see Radha. That's the arrangement. That's what the explanation says. I'm not even noticed it when I went one time, so maybe next time I have to notice it. And maybe there is a special occasion when they keep like that, but I have not noticed it.
In one sense, it's not different than DT photo or even
Exactly.
name.
Yeah.
written.
Yeah, there is a wonderful description about explaining the same concept, how Radha's name is kept there, and there are some references about how name is not different than Radha herself, right? So that is how it's set up there. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Now we will meet the